Hey, I'm Dan. We've been talking to some very special people today, and right now we're talking to Margot & Co. Yes! Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's okay. I just want to start by getting you to introduce yourself and say a little bit about yourself.
I am Margot & Co. I am 18 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter producer. I've only been producing for around a year, but I absolutely love music and I love what I'm doing right now. So yeah.
That's so cool. And you're mainly self-produced, hey?
Yeah, so I took a course at the beginning of 2019 and I had no idea I wanted to be a producer actually. The way I started out was I was really young and I started writing instrumentals, and then I started having ideas for lyrics and arrangements, and I thought, right, I needed a vocalist. I didn't have a vocalist, so I sang myself, and then I got to a point where I had these tracks, these instrumentals, these vocals. How do I produce that? And I was like 15, I didn't know producers, I didn't know any of this stuff. So I eventually found a course and I took that to learn production. So I just took all these little steps across the years to eventually get to the point where I am now, and I'm doing all three aspects of it.
That's unreal. I remember when Nick first told me about you, and he was just like, she's entirely self-produced. I'm like, what? What? He's like, yeah, she's only 18. I'm like, oh great, another child prodigy, amazing. Just what we need. And you've recently just released a track, yeah?
You don't really care and you don't effing care because because I have a lot of young people. My school, when I first released a track on SoundCloud, horribly mixed. You can't hear my vocals. It's terrible. And everyone at my school loved it. And everyone was like, you have to release this on Spotify. And I was like, heck yeah. And then exams happened. I was finishing year 12 and I didn't have the time for it. So once I finished school, December, January, I really knuckled down. And I worked with Lucci and Momentum Northern Sound System to put it together, mix, master, re-record. I recorded the vocals in my car, which was a fun experience.
Did Nick tell you to do that?
No, because I was recording here and I love the sound of a recording studio, but I love being in front of the computer as well. And I couldn't really get that at any of the studios I went to, so I was just like, stuff it, I'm going in my car. Yeah, and then I went to Uni of Adelaide to mix master it. And then I had a bunch of friends help me along with Tape 24 to film the music video. So that was basically all putting together the music video, the release, recording everything. And when it dropped, I cried that night because it was just, I got the email saying, oh, it's everywhere, and I was like, it's all over.
It's so nice, and I really like how the track really transitions and stuff like that.
Thank you. I wanted to make it kind of uncomfortable near the end. I think if there's a key change, it goes from A flat major to A. I'm not too sure, but because it consists of 3 samples, so just the transition between all of them. There
was that section there where I was like, oh, what's going on? And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dope.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a nice journey. It's so cool. What influenced that track, and what are you influenced by? Overall,
I'm influenced by a lot of different things. I'm influenced by a lot of film composers as well. Yeah, there's a French film composer, Woodkid, who I love his works. It's unrelated to my commercial stuff. For my more pop stuff, I love Clean Bandit. I fell down the whole of EDM. I've been listening to Calvin Harris for months now.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Calvin Harris.
It's the good stuff. So they're my influences. With You Don't Really Care, I wanted to look at, the whole point of the song was being empowered by the freedom of self-validation and independence, but also not getting too stuck into your head about it and the toxicity of an isolated mindset that comes with it. Because there's so much freedom in saying, I don't care about what people think, but then on the flip side of that, you can become too involved in yourself, too in your head, and you can isolate yourself and become so disillusioned to not realize that people do care about you. I wrote that song with an unreliable narrator.
Oh, that's so cool. I like such a wise outlook.
It is a bit wise. I didn't intend for it to be. I wrote it in the car driving to Blue Lake Caravan Park. And I was like,
sick.
Neat. And
yeah. What is this? This is nice.
Yeah, ooh. Yeah,
that's so cool.
It got so deep, yeah.
Yeah, like it should.
Yeah, it's like...
You need to shed your soul a little bit.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of
tears.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, I need 20 more tears until this track is done.
But the fact is, you don't really care.
In terms of performing as Margot and Co, what kind of experience have you had so far?
Yes, one live performance so far. Actually, no, I'll count two because I came here at Melbourne Sound System in October, which was so fun. Were you there?
Absolutely, it was amazing. It was really cool seeing what you do, and like I really liked hearing the tracks live.
Thank you. It was really fun. So I performed a couple demos here my first time, and that was my first time really performing as an independent because I play the violin and piano as well, and I've been in a couple orchestras and all that. So I've never really taken center stage, and also being a producer, like I'm sometimes reserved. So then it was kind of like flicking the switch and being like, right, extrovert, Margot and Co hat on. So getting up there was a bit of a challenge, but once you're on stage, there's so much adrenaline, and I love performing that and sharing it with everyone. And my second experience at HQ was also great because I had my friends there. It was my first public, performance, and that's always a bit scary, but I love the feeling.
Oh, 100%. And I feel like especially when you get into when you do put the Margot and hat on, you're just like, oh yeah, like you can play this particular personal field where you can like, maybe Margot is a bit like this.
Already know about it. I think I need more.
Obviously, performing, songwriting, doing the whole stuff.
Yeah.
You get to do it at WOMAD.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's coming up. It's so cool.
It's so exciting because I've only collaborated a few times with people, and a lot of the time it's been over the internet, over email, and it's a bit like, it's more removed.
Yeah.
So I've only collaborated once or twice in person, and just being able to do that now with a whole crew, with everyone at WOMAD, I'm so ready for it, honestly.
It's gonna be nuts. I can't believe it. You got like Northern Sound System here, WOMAD here, coming together.
Just fusing.
Yes, it's like making a beautiful baby.
Yes,
Do you know
the love child.
there's sometimes like ugly babies, let's be real. Sometimes.
Yeah, like the ones that only a mother can love. Yeah.
But that's okay.
This isn't that baby.
Exactly, this is the most beautiful baby in the entire world. It's coming out shining. It's just unreal. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's the most beautiful baby.
Those are the fat cheeks that you can just go poochie poochie.
But then you could keep going, and then like it's like spaghetti or like dough.
No, pizza dough.
Pizza dough, yeah.
Pasta dough.
Yeah, and it's like, whoa. So yeah, it's the most beautiful child. I think we're all getting clucky. Is this your first time going to WOMAD as well?
Yeah, it's my first time, yes. Cool. I'm really excited. I don't know what to expect, if I'm being honest.
Do you like have an idea of what's in your mind?
I've read a couple of magazines about it. I know some artists performing there as well. I've heard around the place. So I'm really excited to see everyone and get the vibe as well. That's what I love about festivals as well. I don't go to many, but when I do, I go for the ambience.
It's a total like culture shock almost, and like
It is.
you get to see things that are outside of your bubble, because I think it's important to stick your head out of your bubble. Often when you're in there too long, you're a bit like, oh my god, is this what life is really like? But there's so many, I think there's going to be lots of pockets of culture, and I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be like going to a whole festival of bubbles.
Yes.
Everyone's got their own bubble, and so you're just going to see everyone's bubble going around, and you're like, oh my god, that's a cool bubble.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have ours. And that'll be so cool.
So cool. Oh, thanks for talking to us, Margot. It's been killer.
Thank you so much for having me.
That is quite okay. Thank you for your wisdom and your Margot hat going on and off.
Yes.
It's killer.